chapter on class 8th NCRT Curiosity book, that is Health the Ultimate Treasure. So if we observe that the most important wealth is said to be health. So we start that health is more than not falling sick. Health doesn't mean that absence of any kind of diseases. It means the overall physical, social, emotional, mental balance and well-being. So it is said to be the state of well-being in all aspects. So if we observe here, the first activity mentions, so a grade 8 student moved to a new school in another city with no friends in his new environment and busy parents. He felt lonely. So to cope, he spent more time on his phone and social media, but this made him feel worse. He stopped trying to make friends, had headaches, lost weight, and could not sleep well. A doctor advised less screen time and meeting a counselor. So the school counselor arranged help to support him in making friends and improving his health. So now think and reflect. What was the cause of the boy's health problems? Was that just loneliness, or did he commit some kind of addiction through phone usage? How did his habits and surroundings affect his well-being? So he was not only affected psychologically and emotionally, but also his physical health was starting to get affected due to his behaviors. So as per the World Health Organization, health is defined as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. So where a person is able to maintain balance of these three holistic development. And also it's not merely the absence of any kind of diseases. So a healthy person can perform various tasks more efficiently and cope well in different and difficult situations. So now let's get into the topic, how can we stay healthy? So we defined or we observed the definition of health, that it is from the all aspect. Now how to maintain this health? That's the question. So to stay healthy, there are few methods to be followed. The first one is that to get good nutrition, that is having a nutritious food and staying in a clean place, exercising regularly, getting proper sleep, spending time with your family and friends, because social isolation can lead to mental isolation, and have a positive attitude towards your life, practicing mindfulness and provision of gratitude. All these kinds of activity can help you in maintaining a good health. So now if you observe, let's move further and post of next activity, that is, what are the good habits that we learn from our parents, teachers and elders? The first is keeping yourself clean and maintaining personal hygiene. The second is eating a healthy and balanced diet, rather than segregating the nutritious vegetables from your balanced portion of diet. Inclusion of all kind of food, all kind of nutrition, and consuming it in an adequate amount is necessary for maintaining a good health. Exercise regularly, so move your body so that the blood circulation is fine. Next, make time to relax and meditate every day. So plan about next day. So creating a healthy journal is very good to make your dumped ideas in your brain outlet to the paper. The next one is taking care of your body and mind is important. Then spending too much time on mobile phones or other digital screen should be avoided, so that a kind of dumped feeling can be avoided. Rather than you can interact socially and create good social relationships. Then eating fast food and other junk food every day can harm your body. Then sleeping very late or not getting enough sleep, skipping meals, especially the breakfast. So all these habits are to be avoided to maintain a healthy life. The next one is to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So avoid processed fatty sugary foods. Start physically active by playing outdoors, walking, running, cycling or exercising. Then you can observe that limit screen time and spend more time in nature, rather than giving your time, your ritual time, rather than spending your time more in ritual activities. Just spend your time with nature, because we being the part of nature can get more benefits from nature. Get enough sleep to help your body and mind rest and recover. So practice simple breathing exercises and say no to harmful substances like tobacco, alcohol, and addictive drugs, because these can be harmful to the body. Then most of us like to play. So if there is a well maintained garden or playground, if we are able to play with our friends, that is not only an energy booster or a mood booster, but it also helps you maintain a good health from all the aspect. So if your environment is clean, the air quality will be clean, some kind of breathing diseases can be avoided. So how do you find that you are unwell? So a kind of dizziness, nausea, tiredness, stomach ache, high blood pressure, fever. So all these kind of short form of disease are called as sign and symptoms. Symptoms are those which are common for any diseases, and signs are those which are indicative of a particular disease. Disease, what are the cause and types? So there are various diseases which can be caused by various means. If you observe here, from an infected person to healthy person, either through direct contact or through air, all kinds of indirect contact, then by means of food, the mosquito or insect, that is the agents, or by rabid animals, the healthy person get affected from infected person. So the disease from one getting transferred to another is said to be communicable diseases. So those organisms which are responsible for causing this disease is said to be pathogen, and the one which carries this pathogen from an infected person to the healthy one is said to be an agent. A disease is a condition that affects the normal working of the body and mind. So it can happen when one or more organs or organ systems stop functioning properly. So some diseases are caused by germs like bacteria, virus, fungi. So all these kind of microbes are responsible for causing the diseases. So other disease may be result from poor nutrition or unhealthy lifestyle. Some disease that last for a short time, those are said to be acute diseases, while some are chronic, which can be fatal and it can last till lifetime. So what are non-communicable diseases? Say for example diabetes, asthma. Those do not spread from one person to the another, are said to be non-communicable diseases. Whereas the communicable diseases are those like COVID-19, which can be transmitted from one individual to another through means of any kind of agent which we discussed here. Then, how are communicable diseases caused and spread? We know the spread of pathogen from an infected to a healthy person can be through various means. So out of which the most common is through agents. So the breeding of mosquitoes should be prevented, that is the stagnated water should be avoided or chlorinated, so that the larvae of the mosquitoes doesn't grow. And this particular population reduction in mosquito agents can help the reduction of spread of various diseases. Now if we observe here, there are various diseases mentioned, their causative agent, the site of infection, the symptoms, and the preventive measures. That is, how do we prevent? Because we know that prevention is better than curing any disease. So if we observe here, common cold is caused by a virus, generally rhinovirus. It affects the respiratory tract. So the symptoms, as we already experience, that is nasal congestion, discharge, runny nose, fever, body ache, etc. So to prevent this, you must have good hygiene and sanitization. Then chicken pox is caused by varicella zoster virus. Again, it's going to affect your respiratory tract and also skin. So where you observe blisters, right? So those blisters are generally a permanent mark for lifetime. So now if we observe this, the patient needs a complete isolation, because the patient can be an agent who can infect the healthy individual. Next, measles. So again, these are caused by virus. These are going to affect skin and respiratory tract. TB, caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis bacteria, affects the lungs. Then it causes fever. So diseases spread through contaminated water and food. So till now we saw those diseases which are spread through air. So the microbes are spread through air. So the next case is by the consumption of contaminated food or water. Say for example, the unhygienic or the uncovered foods which we consume from the roadside, those junk foods will has this kind of pathogen on them. So that's going to cause various kind of diseases. So first is hepatitis A. Next, cholera is caused by bacteria, Vibrio cholerae, typhoid. Then comes ascariasis, that is roundworms. So even roundworms are responsible for causing various diseases in humans. So there is a day specifically enjoying the deworm day. So albendazole will be given to all students in the classroom so that the deworming happens. Next, diseases transmitted by insect. So we know that malaria is a protozoa. So this particular protozoa is being carried by the female Anopheles mosquito. So when the mosquito takes the blood meal of a human for its food consumption, what happens is that this malaria gets injected through to the bloodstream of the healthy human, and that's why they get affected. So the agent responsible for the transmission of this malaria is actually mosquitoes, and the causative agent or the pathogen is a protozoa, that is plasmodium, out of which the plasmodium vivax causes the most fatal malaria. Then dengue, it's known as breakbone fever because of its ability to cause pain in joints. So this is caused again by a virus, a dengue virus. And if we observe, even dengue is caused by the agent or transmitted by the agent mosquitoes. So mosquitoes and insects carries various pathogens. They become the agents for various diseases. So if we observe the preventive method, keeping ourselves and our surroundings clean, practicing basic hygiene every day, washing hands with soap and water to remove the pathogen, covering mouth and nose while coughing and sneezing so that it doesn't spread from you to the others. Then wearing a mask in crowded place provides protection. Avoid sharing of personal items. Keeping our home, food, water clean. Staying at home and resting when we are unwell. So then the next concept which we are going to study are non-communicable diseases. So this can be due to any kind of genetical deformities. So how do these kind of diseases affect humans? Let's see. So first one is obesity. So overeating, generally fat items, will store in the adipose tissue causing obesity. Second is diabetes. So diabetes can be of three types. Type 1 for the juvenile, type 2 adult diabetes, and third is gestational diabetes. So diabetes mellitus and diabetes insipidus as discussed. So signs and symptoms are that frequent urination, excessive thirst, weight loss and tiredness. Next, if we observe how to prevent and control these diseases, as already discussed, to control and prevent these diseases, vaccination is a method used.